Morning guys, I've just rolled down to Albert Falls, give a bit of a winter session here. Haven't been here in some time now, so yeah, just keen to get back and see what's happening. Misty start to the morning. Yeah, nippy indeed, but you can check the scenario we've got going here. So yeah, I've just rolled up into the river section. Here's the area in front of me. So this is just coming into the river. There's the main river running there, and then I think that's what's it called, the Kalkreef River that runs that way. Another section of the river there, and then yeah, that's back out to the river. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to start this morning, up in the river here, and see what I can find. I'm going to start pitching these trees. It's dead timber, standing timber, as we come into the river section here. Makes a bit of a point, so I'm going to start pitching those areas and see what I can do, see what I can find. I'm sure there's going to be some offshore fish this time of year. There always are at Albert Falls, and obviously other venues as well. But I like to go out and fish the way I like to catch them, and I like to pitch the timber and pitch the trees. So that's what I'm going to try and do first, and if I can't get anything like that, obviously I'll have to change as the day goes, you know. Okay chaps, so just before we get into it, bait of choice at the moment, one of my new favorites certainly is this Magnum, Zoom Magnum Ultra Vibe Speed Crawl. This is the bull bream color. Comes in the packaging like that. Not sure if you can see it in the lens, but yeah, Zoom Magnum Ultra Vibe Speed Crawl in a bull bream color. It's really cool. And I just put that onto a quarter ounce Texas rig, peg Texas rig. I'll just thread that on. You can fish a 3.0 or 4.0 wide gap hook. I'll fish the Mustad KVD grip pin and a 4.0. Sits very nicely in that bait. Just rig it up. Okay, there's my setup there. And then I'm just going to take my chartreuse dye marker, and I'm just going to dye those tips. Just those tips, just those points there. So there we have it. That's it, ready to go. That's the deal. Well, let's see if it's the deal. So let me start on these trees and work my way in. Boom! Yes, that didn't even take long. Come on! There you go, boys. There you go. Settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. That was wild. That was wild, boys. Here's a lovely Albert Falls fish. That was like third cast. Third cast. That fish ate it, winding it back to the boat. Clean water. I watched that fish come up and absolutely swallow that crawl. And set the hook. Very, very awesome. Zoom Magnum Ultra Vibe Speed Crawl strikes again. This time Albert Falls Dam. So yeah, bull bream color, doing the business. What a way to start the morning. A bit of a delay here this morning with the mist, but didn't take long. Very, very, very cool. So yeah, just an idea. Pushed it into this tree over here. We let it go down to the bottom, and I was winding it back to the boat. And as a matter of fact, there's another tree there. That fish just came out, shot out, and hammered that crawl. So that was really, really, really cool. Great way to start the morning. You can still see the mist there in the background. That was less than 5 minutes. What an absolute pleasure. Winter fishing. Who's to say those fish are sluggish, eh? Very, very cool. So yeah, it's a bit cold. Winter fishing, if we can call it that. It's middle of August. So they're not always that sluggish. I mean, that, like I say, winding it back to the boat, came out of that bush and watched him just completely swallow that craw. So that was fantastic. What a great way to start the day. Oh gosh. Oh dear. Got me wrapped around the tree. There he comes. Here's a good one. There we go. There we go. Get out of the trolling motor. There we go. It's a good one. There we go. Right, second fish of the morning. Had to switch techniques there. This is the Z-Man SMH worm. It's a shaky head worm. I'll get to that now, but let's have a look at this little guy. Not a giant, but he had me wrapped around a tree, so felt quite a bit more substantial than he is, but nonetheless not bad, eh? So second fish in the boat. It's probably been about a long half hour between that first fish and this one now. So let me just get him back, and then I'll just show you what I'm doing. Cheers, dude. Thanks for that. Right, guys. So I fished this whole section from that tree where I caught that fish into that bay, pitching all this timber, and then all the way down up until this point here, and there's some trees there on that point, and just had no success. So I made a few casts on this point with a shaky head. I'll show you the setup now, and then started to come down this bank here and casting up right up into these the timber, or these little bushes, these stick ups here, and from here I can see on my electronics there's a drop off here, and I can see the rock down there. So you won't be able to see it now, unfortunately, because the boat's moved. There's my fish tech chart there. You just go in, so I can see the rocky edge there. So I don't know if you can see that in the lens, but you can see the rocky edge there on the fish tech chart. So long cast with a shaky head. I'll show you the setup now. I would say that was probably fourth or fifth cast. Bang, got that fish. So that's cool. Second fish of the morning. I'm not going to pretend that it's easy out here, but switching onto that shaky head technique. So let me just run you through the setup quickly so you can see the story. Okay guys, so my shaky head setup's very simple. It's a Pesca Pro Series spinning rod. It's a DropShot shaky head rod. It's a 7'4" medium heavy. It's got a fast action tip. There you're talking 6 to 12 pound line is a sweet deal. I've got harvest braid on the back here, so it's a bright yellow braid. That's my backing line, and then my main line is a 12 pound Seaguar AbrazX, which seemed to be quite necessary on that fish coming through the timber. So that's my leader line. That's Seaguar AbrazX. I recommend a nice sensitive fluorocarbon leader. Seaguar AbrazX is nice, got some really good abrasion resistance. And then that jig head is the Z-Man SMH head. Looks like that. Okay. And it comes in a variety of sizes. I think this is a 1/8 or 1/4 ounce. I'm not actually sure. So you can just experiment with the different sizes. And that's the Z-Man SMH worm, designed for a shaky head. And it comes in a packaging like that. So that's basically all it is, guys. Throw it out, let it go to the bottom, and move it on the rocks through these trees. Comes through actually quite nicely, and that's the story. So it's got a nice wire keep on the head that keeps your plastic on, and then you just thread your hook point through there, and it's sorted. So it's all tucked away nicely, but when you set the hook, that hook point pops out. So yeah, second fish, shaky head, just mixing things up a bit to try and get these fish to bite. There you go, another one. Alright, just a little guy that time. Back on, switch back into the craw. Pitching the trees, and got him. That's the smallest one. Just a little guy, but a fish nonetheless. And yeah, just pitching the trees here. Let me show you quickly what the trees are. Short broom. Yeah, so it's just pitching these trees here. Just putting that craw inside there. There's a couple that you just can't see from here, just subsurface as well. Don't overlook those. So that's that same deal with the speed craw. That's it. Same deal as before, guys. Same craw, you know, same rig, same quarter ounce tungsten. Line wise, I'm going with fishing a 17-pound fluorocarbon line. This particular one brand that I'm using is Seaguar AbrazX. I really enjoy the line, so I do talk about it a lot. 17-pound in the trees. Definitely works for me, guys. There's a lot of big fish in Albert Falls, and if I hook one, it's 3, 4, 5 kgs. I'd rather have 17-pound line. So some chaps might argue and say you get fewer bites using that heavier line. I just think it is debatable, but you've got to give yourself an opportunity to get those fish out of the trees. And 17, I sometimes go up to 20 pound. So 17 is quite light for me in this circumstance. Oh, here's one. There's one. Yeah, check, he's wrapped around the tree there. 17-pound line, baby. Let's go. Let's go on that craw again. He looks a bit better, this one. Nice. Very nice. There we go, boys. Nice Albert Falls chunker. Nice quality fish. Not a giant, but just a nice solid fish around that kg mark. Bull bream craw again. Also very fortunate there fishing in those sticks. Just pitched it over the sticks on the other side. Tap, tap. He ate it. So that 17-pound line. No match for this little guy here. So nice solid fish. Very good. Very good. Very good, boys. Very good. Working for them today, but at least they're coming. Right, boys, time to rock and roll. That's it for the day. Tough session, but time to rock and roll. Till next time. Time to rock and roll.